all I can say is this. The easiest way to avoid a run-in with the cops is not to have a run-in with the cops. Okay. Meaning that, meaning that as a general rule, you know, virtually every immigrant community to the United States, I'll take as an example, virtually every immigrant community to the United States originally had lots of problems with the cops. The Jewish community early in the 20th century had a lot of problems with the cops in New York. The Italian community had lots of problems with the cops. The Irish community, the German community, the Hispanic community, virtually all of them, when they came to the United States, had the Asian community had significant problems with the cops. As crime rates decline in those communities, it turns out that the problems with the cops tend to disappear. And so the easiest way to get rid of a lot of these problems is not to put all the onus on the cops, but to say, okay, the cops are human. They're going to make some bad mistakes, and we need to prosecute them if they do something really terrible, obviously. But if you really want to tackle this thing on a systemic level, crime rates have to go down.
So you're all minorities. How does that make you feel?
It's horrible.
This is something coming from the top that trickles its way down, and this is why we're all here today.
We first interviewed Officer Edwin Raymond last month. He says he's been recording conversations with NYPD officials for the past 2 years in an effort to prove alleged quotas and retaliation against cops who don't rack up numbers.
They're breaking the law.
Because you're not harassing people, you're being punished, you know, and it doesn't make for a great work environment because they want you to harass people.
The department says there are no quotas.
Well, I could tell you, I'm a police officer, there are quotas in the NYPD.
Are they lying?
Absolutely. It's illegal for them to admit it.
They tell you this to your face. Black Hispanics between 14 to 21. They must get stopped.
All they want us to do is go out there and lock them up. They tell us it's easier to get numbers out here because you work in this type of community.
Are you arresting for stuff that you shouldn't be arresting for?
Well, that's why we're here. We don't do it. We refuse, and because of that, we are retaliated against.
The lawsuit claims minority officers are punished more severely than white cops for failing to meet quotas. The city denies it.
And the community are suffering the most.
Because?
Because the pressure, because the quota. Because the police department is like a whore pretending to be a lady. That's what they are.
Are you worried? You know, this is a big step to come forward like this.
It's not easy. It's not easy. We are the enemies. We are the people that nobody talk to. The culture of the department, we are the rats. That's how they call us. We are the rats that speak out. It takes a lot of guts from a rat to stand where we stand, knowing that our career are basically over the second we speak against such a mafia. Because the police department is a mafia. It's a big organized mafia.
All I can say is this. The easiest way to avoid a run-in with the cops is not to have a run-in with the cops.